Hello, my name is John Cola and my student number is 151938, and in this video I'm going to talk about the turret and the turret projectile. So what's basically the function of this turret is that when the player gets in range, which is indicated by this laser, how far the range is, the turret will actually aim and shoot at the player, and if the player gets hit by its projectiles, then the player receives damage. So first of all, I'll go over the projectile because those are basically the easiest. What I basically did is I took the first-person projectiles and duplicated those. So, and then I did just some little stuff with the sphere. So I put in a new material on it and a small point light to make it like a nice laser-like feeling. And I turned the the should bounce off, because that's on the default projectile blueprint, and since this is a laser, it shouldn't actually bounce. After that, this is basically still the same, and I just put in that when it's actually colliding with something that can take damage, then you should give damage, and right now I've set it to 1. And then after that, it should destroy itself after a little while. So the turret is basically this. I just put some meshes together so that it looks something. Then the laser pointer is basically just a cylinder with a material on it. And then I have the arrow, which is basically the point where I spawn the projectiles. So the way it's actually detecting the player is with this. This is just a collision sphere. Make sure that it's just, so if the player gets in here, it will actually detect the player. So let's get in. So here, just like I said, it checks for overlap with the sphere, checks if it's the first person character. Then we use an event tick. This is a gate, which means that this will work on event tick, so this will go every tick, but it will only work when this happens, this colliding, and it will actually close again and stop working if this happens, which is that it doesn't overlap or collide anymore with the player, which is basically what a gate does. So you can actually block logic this way, which is actually something I haven't used before, but it's something that actually seems really nice to work with. So what's happening is I set the rotation for the barrel head, which is basically this thing. This thing should follow or look at the player. So I took the mesh of the first person actor for this. I get the world location. And then the barrel head, I get the rotation and the location. I find the look at rotation, which is basically this node that does a lot of work for me actually, because it's basically getting the location of the player and its own, and it's actually adjusted so that it knows like, okay, to look at the player, I have to rotate like this, and that is its return value. Then we use that for an R enter too. So this is basically a lerp from a rotation. I don't really understand yet why it's not just normal lerp, but that might be just a very mathematical or programmery thing. It works, and I'm fine with that. I know what this does, so I'm totally fine with it. So you get the current rotation from here. You get the target rotation, which is the look at rotation from here. Again, you get the interp speed. So I made this a variable, which is editable. Yeah, it's editable. So you can just edit here together with the fire delay, which I'll go in later. So then you don't actually have to mess with this. You can just go in here and just make it so that it either rotates really fast and follows the player everywhere, or it goes really slow and easily avoidable. And after that, it sets the rotation, so that's what actually the new rotation is going to be. and then it activates the shoot function. So shoot can be found here. Let me take it away for a second. So this is the shoot function. And what this basically does is there's a certain condition, and when the condition is true, we basically spawn a projectile, which is what I saw, and that's basically how it shoots. So first we get the game time in seconds, which is how long the game is being played. Then we have the game time fire. And then we're going to check if this is a bigger value than this. If that is, then we are going to add the fire delay, which is, as I say, basically the fire rate. So you can, I put this on editable, so again, you can do this here. But you can mess with that number and actually either make it like really fast, like right now it's firing really fast, or I can make it higher and make it fire really slow. And so adds that, and then it makes a new game time fire. And then it spawns a projectile at the transform of the projectile spawner, which is this. So basically what this does is it's going to fire once, then it's going to check how long has it been for me to fire again. Is that smaller than these combined? That's true, then I can fire. Then I cannot fire again. If it isn't, then I can fire again. So basically, it blocks itself until the time gets bigger. So let's test that out for a bit. So you can put collision 2 on so that you can see it for testing purposes. In the game, this would naturally be off because this should tell the player enough. This should be the clue for the player. So we get in, it's going to follow me, and it's going to shoot. Right now, I made it so that these stick on the floor for a while. I can delete these immediately, but I thought it looked cool, so I kept it. So yeah, and that's basically it for this video. Thank you for your time.